Joseph. I'm here to voice my support for Ohio's own restaurant, Carrierville. I'm one individual who truly understands the importance and the right to self-defense. You see, my life is forever changed because our Second Amendment was not upheld and our Constitution was ignored by some of our lawmakers in the state that I call home, Tennessee. There are things that no one should see, and I have seen them. On April 2nd, 2009, my husband, Benjamin Felix Gozer, was shot multiple times and killed at Johnny's Sports Bar. Don't let the name fool you, it's a restaurant. They serve appetizers, salads, pizza, sandwiches, but it is called a sports bar. He was killed right before my own eyes by a man who had been stalking me. This incredibly evil individual did not have a criminal record. He didn't even have as much as a parking ticket in his history. He also did not have a handgun carry permit. I, however, did. That night, I left my loaded, permitted handgun locked in my vehicle just outside the front door because Tennessee state law at the time told me that I could not carry my legal weapon in an establishment that serves alcohol. My gun could have saved my husband's life that horrible night. At the time, I was a firearms training volunteer for the Academy of Personal Protection and Security. I had been involved in the Second Amendment Sisters organization. We participated in shooting competitions. I had my handgun carry certification and my intermediate certification. I had passed a rigorous background check, had my fingerprints taken, and was properly trained as a law-abiding citizen. I had been to the range shooting with my security personnel friends on multiple occasions. I was trained beyond what is required. I have since gone through 2 advanced certification courses, a tactical certification fighting pistol course, and attended several safety courses, gun safety courses, since my husband was murdered. It's something that I take very, very seriously. Since Ben's death, I have made it my mission to educate people on the importance of our Second Amendment rights. The founders of our great country saw that people who wish to do us harm would not be so successful if we as a citizenry were armed. It is a right to self-defense, not a privilege. I don't blame the gun that was used to kill my husband Ben. I blame the person behind the gun. A gun cannot pull its own trigger. Think of all the places where innocent people have been shot to death by criminals. Places such as schools, churches, military bases, restaurants that serve alcohol. All places where guns were not allowed. Gun-free zones are killing zones. The predators choose these places because they are easy targets. There's no one there that can defend themselves. Inevitably, many people die before help arrives. That help comes in the form of someone with, guess what? A gun. Almost all active shooter situations are ended by a good guy with a gun. Limiting where you carry is not the answer. I hope what I say to you today will open your eyes and perhaps give you a glimpse into my reality. Owning a gun is a huge responsibility that right to carry permit holders understand and respect. Less than 1% of any gun crimes are ever done by a handgun carry permit holder. That's less than 1%. There are over 5 million people in the U.S. that have right to carry permits, guys. If guns cause crime, then my guns are defective. All that you're doing by voting for the restaurant carry bill is allowing those citizens like me to carry their legal weapon for their own self-defense into these establishments that happen to also serve alcohol. A family should be able to eat at an O'Charlie's Ruby Tuesday, TGI Fridays will be protected. Similar carry laws are already in 40 other states within the U.S. This law is working in these states, and none of these states have repealed this law since it was put in place. Then why the huge concern in Ohio? We have the same concern in Tennessee. It's silliness. The media runs with it. Guns and bars, guns and bars, guns and bars. Let's scare people half to death. You cannot drink or be under the influence of alcohol and be in possession of your firearm. Period. Guns and alcohol do not mix, and they won't mix by law-abiding citizens. The only person that would mix them and hurt or kill someone is a person that's going to do it anyway. Regardless of a law. Criminals will carry regardless of a law. It's better to have trained, law-abiding citizens present that can stop a tragedy such as what Ben and I went through. Self-defense is not vigilante behavior. You are not out looking for the bad guy, trying to punish him. The bad guy comes to you, and you simply want to survive. I can tell you that when seconds count, the police are minutes away. I've been there. I know. They'll get there in just enough time to put up the crime scene tape and take pictures of your loved one. I respect police officers. They do a great job. But they cannot be anywhere and everywhere at any time. Focus on the criminals and not those of us who have spent valuable time and money to be trained and act responsibly. There was nothing to prevent that animal from coming into that restaurant and murdering my precious husband. The law didn't stop him, but it sure stopped me. I followed the law. Now, my Ben is gone from my life forever. It's something I have to live with for the rest of my life. There's so much more I wish I could tell you about this case, but it is an ongoing case. It hasn't gone to trial yet. That man is in jail, awaiting his fair trial for first-degree premeditated murder. I can tell you that that man had the capability to take out many people that night. I'm going to have to leave it at that. That sorry excuse for a human being may have been able to shoot at my husband once. Maybe. I don't think so. I can tell you I was there. I saw it. I believe that if I had my firearm, I could have taken that man out. But I guarantee you, if I had been allowed to carry my weapon, he would not have shot my husband again, and again, and again, and again, and again. I want you for one moment, just one moment, all of you, to imagine sitting in a restaurant with someone that you love dearly. Think about your wife, your husband, your children, whoever it is that you love the most in life. You're sitting there eating with them. Someone pulls out a gun from their jacket. You are completely helpless to stop what you see is coming. Then they shoot your loved one right in the head in front of you. They don't just shoot once, no. They shoot 7 times. I pray that you don't wait until this sort of thing happens to one of your loved ones before you decide to do something about it. I'm furious with the man that did this to Ben and I. I'm also angry with those lawmakers in Tennessee that made my husband's death easy. They legislated me out of my right to protect my husband. Being able to move on from something as horrific as this does not come easy. I still see Ben killed over and over again in my mind every day. You walk around in a zombie-like daze wondering when you're ever going to feel alive again. I never know when I'll be able to sleep well or when I'll be up half the night witnessing his death again. It's something I would not wish on my worst enemy. I hear people say, you're so brave and you're so strong, and I just say, no, I'm really not. All I can do is press on and hope that what I do with my future will be a testament to Ben and the love that I was lucky enough to have with him for a very, very short time. not just with your political party. For Ben, it was the difference between life and death. You have a chance to make a difference and help people have a fighting chance at survival, instead of just being pure victims like Ben and I were. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you, Ms. Gerser. I think this is some of the most compelling testimony I've heard in my short time that I have been here in the House of Representatives, and I want to speak for all of us that we feel deeply for your loss, and this story is